Students, welcome back. Let's focus on the next part. The future tense. It is divided into four types. Number one, the simple future tense or the future indefinite. Number two, the future continuous tense. Number three, the future perfect tense. And number four, the future perfect continuous tense. Number one, the simple future tense. Definition. A tense, mainly verbs, which shows any activity to be carried out in the time that is yet to come, is known as the simple future tense. So a tense showing any activity that has to be carried out in the time that is coming or that is yet to arrive means in the future itself. So a tense showing that is known as the simple future tense. Now simple future tense is also known as the future indefinite tense. Means something is going to happen in the future, but it is going to happen not at specific time, or we don't know earlier when it will be actually carried out. It is going to be performed in the future, but we are not certain when it is going to be performed. So any activity including this or a tense showing such activities is known as the simple future tense. Rule number 1. Subject plus will or shall plus not in a bracket means it is optional, plus first form of verb plus whatever words are needed to be added. Now, in order to form positive sentence, let us see. Subject, I have taken I in place of subject. Then I have added shall. Now, with I and we, shall is used, and with other subjects, definitely will, the word will would be used. Now students, if you are very sure about something, then you can use will with the subjects I and we too. So if you are very sure about something, then with I or we, you can put will too. Now over here, I have put shall. Next, I have not taken this optional not. Directly the first form of verb. I have taken the word reach. Reach, reached, reached. First form is reach, second form is reached, and third form is reached. So I am not taking second and third forms. I have to just take the first form, and I have taken that reach. Then in place of other words, home tomorrow. Means I am assuming I am somewhere else and I am coming to home, and I am assuming I shall reach home tomorrow. Next, number B. In place of subject, I have taken she. Then definitely will is suitable. Then give. In place of first form of verb, I have taken give. Give, gave, given. Give is the first form, second form gave, and third form is given. Over here, I have taken the first form, that is give. She will give, then in place of other words, me her book in the next week. She will give me her book in the next week. Next, in order to form negative sentence, now we are going to use this optional not. So let us see. At first I have taken the subject, they. Then I have taken will. Definitely will is suitable. Then I have taken this optional not. Then first form of verb has to be taken. I have taken the word celebrate. Second and third forms would have been celebrated. But I don't have to take second and third forms. I just have to take the first form that I have taken over here. Celebrate. Then in place of other words, her birthday on 27th of this month. Her birthday on 27th of this month. They will not celebrate her birthday on 27th of this month. Maybe there is some problem and that's why they are not celebrating. So they will not celebrate. So they will not celebrate, suppose. So they will not celebrate her birthday on 27th of this month. Rule number 2. Will or shall plus subject plus not plus first form of verb plus other words is needed, then question mark. Example A. Will. I have put will. Then I have taken they in place of subject. Then I have not added this optional not. Directly I have taken the first form of verb, join. Second and third forms would have been joined. But I have not taken that, or those I don't have to take. Only the first form I have to take over here, that I have taken, join. Then in place of other words, Mona by 8 o'clock in the morning. Will they join Mona by 8 o'clock in the morning? Next, number B. Will or shall has to be taken at first, and I have taken shall. Then in place of subject I have taken we. Definitely with I and we, shall is suitable. So shall, then we. Then I have taken this optional not. Then first form of verb, go. Go, went, gone. First form is go, second form went, and third form gone. So I just have to take over here the first form that I have taken, go. Shall we not go? Then in place of other words, to Pritha's house next week, question mark. Shall we not go to Pritha's house next week, question mark. First one is an example of intro-positive sentence, while the second one is the example of intro-negative sentence. Since not is used in this sentence, and in this case it is not. Number 2, the future continuous tense. Definition: a tense mainly verbs which expresses any activity or action that is to take place over a period of time in the future is known as the future continuous tense. So a tense which expresses any activity that is to take place in the future, or any kind of action that is supposedly to be performed in the future time, that is to be carried out in the future time and over a period of time. It is going to take place and it is going to be continuously performed. An action that is going to be continuously performed, or an activity that is going to be continuously take place over a period of time in the future. A tense showing this is known as the future continuous tense. Rule number 1, subject plus shall or will plus not in a bracket means it is optional, plus be plus first form of verb plus ing plus others. Now in order to form positive sentences, at first I have to take subject. I have taken I. Then with that I have taken shall. Then I have not taken this alternative not, or this optional not, I have taken directly be. Then first form of the verb wait. With that I have added ing. So waiting. I shall be waiting. Then in place of other words, for you. I shall be waiting for you. Next, number B. In place of subject I have taken they. Then will. Then be. Next, sing. I have taken first form of verb sing. With that I have added ing. Singing. A. Then song on the stage. In place of other words, a song on the stage. So they will be singing a song on the stage. Next, now see how negative sentence is formed. I have taken subject we. I have taken will, since I am very sure that, or we are very sure that we will not be doing something. So I have used will. Then I have taken not, according to the format not. Then be. Then first form of verb perform. With that I have added ing. So performing. Then I have written then. We will not be performing then. Rule number 2. Shall or will plus subject plus not in a bracket means it is optional, plus be plus first form of verb plus ing plus others as needed. Now interrogative sentences. Shall. I have taken shall at first, since I have taken we as the subject. Then I have taken be. I have not taken this optional not. Directly I have taken be. Then first form of verb celebrate. Celebrate plus ing celebrating. E will be replaced by ing. I as such, then ng. So celebrating. Then in place of other words, her birthday next week. Shall we be celebrating her birthday next week? Next, number B. Will has been taken. Since subject has been taken they. So definitely with they, will is suitable. Next, I have taken this optional not. Then be. Then first form of verb arrive. Plus ing. Arriving. E is getting replaced with ing. Arriving. Then in place of other word or words, I have written late. Will they not be arriving late? So anything happened, suppose, and they would be coming on time. Something has got proper, or something has recovered or has got properly well, so they will not be late. So they will arrive on time. So I am asking someone else, suppose, will they not be arriving late? Question mark. Now first one is the example of interrogative sentence, while second one is the example of interrogative, since not is used in the second one, while in the first one we have not used any not. We have not used any not in the first one.